Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the May bullet journal setup, and oh good gracious, I cannot believe it is May. Like, where the heck did April go? Actually, I know exactly where April went. It went to making products and it went to Netflix. Hopefully May will go a little bit slower. Seriously, I'm one of those people, I always feel like every day goes by really slowly and I just really enjoy it. And this month just, I don't know, it's been rough. So for May, I did spend a little bit more time on the drawing aspects of my bullet journal. I think the whole thing took an hour, which is more than I normally spend on it. But I mean, it's quarantine and what else do we have to do? So there's that. My theme for May is cherry blossoms. So this is like my cover page, and I just did May in a calligraphy manuscript, not manuscript, gracious, in a, I don't know, lettering font with a dark pink, and then I just made, they started out as flowers and ended up just being kind of squiggles, which was fine, with dark pink, and then I went through with a lighter pink. After this, I haven't showed it yet. I will link each of the colors down below. They're all colors from Tombow, and they're all available on Amazon if you can, get anything delivered from Amazon. So there's that. You will also notice that in this spread I have a lesson planning page, because I am still lesson planning in my bullet journal since we are still distance learning. And in the 3 months that we have done distance learning, I have done 3 completely different lesson planning pages. So there's that. Anyway, so now I'm going through with a lighter pink, and I am making more little squiggly flowers just kind of all over the place. As usual, the cover page took me the longest time. You really don't have to do the cover page if you don't want to, but it's fun. So there's that. Then I went through with a brown and made the branches. You can see I had already sketched this out before I did it, which you definitely don't have to do, but I did mostly because I do it on camera. And also I will say it has reduced the number of mistakes that I have made, although you will still see a few of them in this video. You can see my hair over here and getting really down into it. After I finished this, I did some calculating and realized that my bullet journal is going to last me through May and through June, and then I will need to get a new one for the second half of the year. So that's interesting. I guess I'll have to transfer all of my yearly stuff over to the new one, because I don't really want to use 2. I don't know. Give me your input if you've ever had this problem where you had to switch to a new one halfway through the year. After I did all the branches, I went through and with the small tip, not the brush tip, I just drew all of the little, I guess they'd be stems from the flowers to the actual branch. And then over in the corner, I wrote the quote from Mulan. Yes, the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful at all. Sorry, of all. My hand was in the way. So here's my May cover page. I really like it. I like it even more now, actually, this morning, because I filmed this before I actually edited it. I added a little bit of a drop shadow to the May, and then a little more of the really light pink to the bottom. And I do like it better now. But I love the pink. And it matches my little tassels on the side. All right, next page is my calendar page. So you may be thinking, Becca, I have nothing going on. Well, I don't use my calendar for an actual calendar. I use it as a content calendar. So I am using a dark pink. I wish I would have used the lighter pink. I think it would have looked a lot better. Alas, this is what we have going on, and I made a little calendar. I've kind of settled on 5x5 squares, and that seems to work the best for me now. So that is what I did. After I had made all my little squares, I went through with my lightest shade of pink and made just like a little blob, and then took one of my markers and wrote all of the days out. This is a, oh no, I can't remember. Oh, it's a Faber-Castell pen over here. So around the side, I did my little trackers. So each week I write down a couple numbers. So I write how many followers I have on YouTube, how many Instagram followers I have, how many people are on my mailing list, just little things like that are not huge things, but they're kind of fun to track, because now I can look back and be like, whoa, I gained, you know, however many subscribers this week, and I can see some correlations. I also like this because sometimes when I'm making the least amount of money in my store, because I sell teaching resources, I am gaining the most subscribers or followers on different social media, because teachers tend to spend more time on social and less when they're spending less money on lesson plans. So then I just made some little flowers around the sides, and now I am putting the sticky notes onto the appropriate days. So I had already sat down and figured out my content calendar for May, because I was just trying to figure out like when I was gonna get things done, and I have just so many things up in the air at the moment. And so if you haven't seen before, I take the little mini sticky notes and I cut them in fourths, and I do the 2 sticky sides and stick them there, and I write the title of my video. You can see that yes, I am going to be posting videos on Sundays for your kiddos through the end of May, or at least through the first 3 weeks. So next up is my tracker page. I am using my little stamps. These are from Amazon, and the block I think is from Michael's, but you can get it off Amazon as well. And you can see I'm tracking more than I normally track. Usually I only track 4 things, but this time I am tracking, what's that, 7? Because we're out of school, and so I just kind of want to. And a couple of things that I don't necessarily need to track, like practicing ukulele, I kind of want to, just to see how much I have been doing. Now the reason I flipped back to the other page is because halfway through April I switched my line a day to kind of a different thing. Normally I do 1 line a day, and I just write like something good that happened, or just kind of a summary of the day. And so like when I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, that would be something I would write there. However, I find that with quarantine, there's just not enough going on, that every day it was like, had coffee, pet my dog, posted a new video. Like, it just wasn't very exciting. So I switched it, and instead I started writing one thing that I did to get me closer to my goals. So I would write things like hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers, or posted a new product on Teachers Pay Teachers, or sent out an email to my list, and stuff like that, just so that I can see myself moving forward, even though I feel like I'm not moving forward because I'm stuck at my house. So I'm going to continue that for May. I might continue it forever, might not, haven't decided. We'll see how it goes. So now I'm just doing some decorating for the page, so pretty much the same way I did it before. I just do like a medium pink and then darker pink on top, and then like a light pink with the medium pink on top, and then brown all the way through. In case you're wondering, I am going to be tracking this month the 4 I normally do, which is wake up, work out, read, and my cello. And then I'm also adding ukulele, practicing, singing, art. I think that's it. Yep, that's 7. So those are all the things I'm tracking. I don't, necessarily need to track all of them, but it's kind of fun fun in quarantine's different than fun during normal times. Next, I'm just putting a title over on the side. And it says 1 a day. I thought that was nice and open-ended. And then I wrote all of the numbers all the way down. Next up, I'm making a kind of different page. I'm gonna call this things to do in May. So I want to make some lists of just things that I need to do like for the house, but then also just things for fun, just to switch things up. And here you're about to witness one of my many, many, many mistakes. So I went to try, I don't know what I was trying to write. It was supposed to be things to do in May, and somehow it became things today. So I got really creative and turned the 2 into a 4. And then I added May in pink over on the side. And I ended up taking a piece of paper and gluing it on that spot and like drawing a flower on it, which is not at all the prettiest fix, but you know, it's gonna have to do for now because it was either that or rip it out, and I guess I could have done that, but I didn't think about it until just now. So I drew just one what's it called, cherry blossom on there, and yeah, it's super obvious and not pretty, but whatever. I'm the only one looking at it except for all of you people. It's all good. It's all good. So some things I'm going to put on here include plant an herb garden. I need to sand down and repaint a table that I just got that was used. It was from the side of the road, actually. And just other things like that. I need to wash my kids' recorders. Yay. So not necessarily exciting things, but things nonetheless. If you are interested in my bracelets or that wave ring that I'm wearing, they're all from Pura Vida. I think it's puravitabracelets.com, and I actually have a code, so if you use Becca Davis 20, then you will get 20% off of your order. And I believe they still have this ring for sure, and they probably have the bracelets. They at least have the green one because I just bought that one, so I'll link that website down below. I'm trying to remember what this page is. I think it's my lesson planning page. It is. Okay, so here is my lesson planning page for May. I went super, super simple. I messed up again and made these letters way too big. And can we be honest? I just never added the N or fixed that at all. So it still just says lesso. But anyway, on one side I wrote this week, and on the other side I wrote next week. That way I can have what we're doing this week and be thinking about next week. And I'm just writing them on sticky notes. This I have found is just the easiest way to lesson plan at the moment. So I'm doing live lessons. I'm doing one for 1st through 3rd grade, really more like 1st and 2nd grade, and then one with 4th through 5th grade, and then I have small group lessons every week, and I have actually 2 virtual field trips every week, and then I've been giving them activities to do, mostly for the kids who just cannot make it during the live lessons. I want them to be able to do something if they want to. On the next page, we're doing our first weekly spread. So I am making these boxes. I just made sure there were at least 10 lines in them because I guess 11 lines in them because I need a title. And then I write 10 things that I'm grateful for every day in these boxes. That's what they are here for. So, yeah. Then I went through and I wrote goals on the first one and then each day of the week. And then at the top, I just wrote the week, and then I added some little flowers and just did them the same way. And by this point, y'all, they were straight up squiggles and not even like close to flowers. But it's all good. Actually, I think I really like the way that this page turned out. I love the colors. I like the squiggles. I think they're just kind of whimsical. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it. I was just thinking that this morning. So then I just erased all of the pencil and had eraser marks everywhere. Yeah, so there we go. All right, so now it's time for the final walkthrough so that you can see what each page looked like. Again, I spent more time than I normally do, but I was okay with that because, first of all, quarantine. Secondly, I'm using my bullet journal a lot more during quarantine and also using my planner a lot more during quarantine. Cannot tell you why. But thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through to the end. Let me know in the comments if you bullet journal, and if you do, what your theme is for this month. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.